Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you lot are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. And boy, is there a lot of Chelsea news today. Chelsea News is the daily series here on Football Therapy where I consolidate all media regarding Chelsea Football Club and present it to you in a manageable package and give you my opinion on it, but more importantly, ask for yours in the comment section below. Chelsea have been loosely linked with Austrian left-back David Alaba of late, and although there's not that much strong links, this is the one piece of news that I want to just offer my... think of a profound word. Profound's a profound word. My profound desire to get him to Chelsea Football Club and why he would be the perfect candidate at left back. And more concrete news would be Nazar Kinsella's article on both Rudiger and Christensen's contract. Willian recently did an interview on YouTube and spoke of his own contract negotiations with Chelsea. An update there. N'Golo Kante is injured, other centre backs, Ben Chilwell's not for sale. There's a lot going on, mate. And I'm going to lay it all down for you here in today's video. There's probably more stuff I haven't mentioned too that I want to talk about. Anyway, if you do like Chelsea news and everything regarding football, you should consider checking out OneFootball. Ding ding ding, that's right, this video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one-stop place for everything you need regarding the beautiful game and potentially more specifically Chelsea Football Club. Stats, fixtures, news, etc. Alerts, updates on your phone if you install the app. OneFootball is leading the way for any kind of football apps, and guess what, bro? It's free. That's right, I've left a link in the top of the description for you guys to go and check out OneFootball, so do yourself a favor and click the link. Alright then, let's get into it. Right then, before we crack into all the good gear, let's do a quick injury update. N'Golo Kante is out against Manchester United. I spoke about how important he could be in a match preview. Well, it wasn't really a match preview. I basically fleetingly said he'd be so important against Manchester United, not only to defend in transition against Manchester United's devastating counter-attacks, but also potentially to sit him on Bruno Fernandes and stifle their creativity. N'Golo Kante is still out, Gilmour is out, it's gonna be Jorginho, who looks poor of late, or maybe Kovacic put back there. I'm not overly confident. Anyway, we're not talking about the United game today, just a quick injury update on N'Golo Kante. Right, before we talk about left backs, Chilwell and David Alaba, let's talk about centre halves and Willian, etc. Nazar Kinsella of Goal.com wrote an article regarding Chelsea's defensive line, how apparently Chelsea Football Club are stalling on contract extensions offers to both Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. It's so funny, right, because every time you rotate one of Chelsea's four centre-halves, it comes back to a centre-back that some people go, but he's the best though. Some people genuinely think Christensen's the best, and despite poor form, a lot of people still think Antonio Rudiger is Chelsea's best defender. I don't, but people think that. Anyway, I kind of understand why Chelsea might prioritise the other two. Certainly Kurt Zouma at the moment is looking like Chelsea's best centre-half, and perhaps the only one that can really head the ball properly. And let's not forget, although he's not been playing, Fikayo Tomori was Derby's player of the season last season under Frank Lampard. He's a centre-half, he's still very young, he's got a lot of experience from a couple of decent loan spells. Chelsea rate him very, very highly indeed. So you could kind of understand why they're perhaps the two Chelsea are looking at, but really they're probably looking in to bring a starter to partner maybe Zouma. And that starter could be Declan Rice, who I've spoken about recently. He's got a lot of leadership skills for a young lad. Obviously he's Chelsea bred. A lot of people do not want to hear it, but I do rate the player. He's not left-footed, which we're looking for, but he is a versatile, defensive-minded player that has leadership qualities. No, I'm not only talking about him because he scored an absolute worldie last night. I'm talking about him because I think he fits the bill. If West Ham sell him and the price is right, I think Chelsea should go for him. I think he'd be a really good vocal centre-back option. Hey, to partner Zouma, Declan Rice and Kurt Zouma in centre-back, I'd certainly feel a lot better. And of course he has the versatility to step into midfield. If Kante and Gilmour are both injured like they are right now, you'd feel so comfortable pushing Declan Rice into defensive midfield and bringing in one of Chelsea's many centre-backs to complete a centre-back partnership. So jump aboard the Decky Rice train? No, not Decky Rice. We'll come back to that, but the Declan Rice train is leaving the station, boys and girls. jump on, I'm driving. Staying in the defensive line, let's talk about left back. Old Brendy Rodgers has spoken, brothers and sisters. Ben Chilwell is not for sale. I mean, that's not stopped clubs and coaches before from buying players, has it? Yes indeed, this will excite many people and frustrate others. Some people can see the value in Ben Chilwell. I was one of them, but I was absolutely one of the people as well that saw a player not performing very well for the second half of the season. And knowingly, I knew he was going to be overpriced, so perhaps Leicester's massive valuation has waved Chelsea away. They know a deal can't be struck, so the easiest thing to say now is he is not for sale. Okay, fine. Chelsea have different options they're assessing. They've long been in contact with the representatives of Alex Telles and Porto regarding a potential transfer of the left back. Brazilian left back he is, isn't he? He's Brazilian, yeah. Plays in Portugal, is Brazilian. Yes, okay. And of course, Nicola Tagliafico from Ajax, another Ajax player Chelsea are linked with. Ziyech, Onana and Tagliafico were apparently buying their whole team. Either or would certainly be an excellent upgrade, or, you know, but yes, upgrade. But I want to take this opportunity to speak about David Alaba, who's only got 1 year left on his deal, who's a very versatile defensive player, can play centre half, but his main position is left back, yet he can go forward rather comfortably. The 28-year-old Austrian superstar has 1 year left on his deal. If he does not extend, not only would he be an excellent purchase in terms of price and value, I've been thinking about this, he'd be if Ian Maatsen really does back himself to be the deputy left back next season, buying a 28-year-old left back could probably bridge the gap perfectly to let in Ian Maatsen into the first team. And David Alaba is an absolute superstar. Let's have it right. He's so good. He's been so important to Bayern Munich, basically allowing Alphonso Davies to move forward, giving him defensive cover behind him in the centre-half position, but he himself is a wonderful left-back, defensively resolute, exactly what Chelsea need, but he's also of Galactico quality going forwards. I personally would love David Alaba. He's loosely been linked with Chelsea purely because he hasn't signed a new deal. He's also been linked a little bit with Manchester City. You could probably see him joining up with Pep Guardiola again. So, you know, watch that space, especially now they're in Champions League again, and financial fair play apparently does not matter. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see him at Chelsea. We'll see what happens. I'm keen on getting your thoughts and opinions on that story. Right, Willian, the Brazilian, let's talk about it. He went onto a YouTube channel and spoke about his contract situation at Chelsea. And I want to read you some quotes to give you some context of what went down. Willian was asked if Chelsea are jealous of him being linked to so many other big clubs. He responded, no, not for the time being. Chelsea aren't jealous. They didn't say anything, at least they showed no jealousy. They're letting go, laughs Willian. Yeah, letting go, it does look like they're letting go. Just kidding. I already had a conversation with the club a few months ago, even before this stop. Chelsea have offered me 2 years and I asked for 3. My goal in the next contract is to sign for 3 years, so I haven't done a deal with Chelsea yet. Willian was directly asked if he'd accept the offer in case Chelsea offer him a 3-year deal, and he claims he'd be ready to take it. Willian said, "This is what I've asked the club for 3 years. If you give me that, I'll get the pen and I'll sign the contract tomorrow." Interesting, isn't it? It's really straight up stalemate over 12 months in a deal. It's kind of almost juvenile in a way from perhaps both club and player, but to be honest, man, well, maybe not from club because they want to give him 12 months. Because of this service and good performance this season, they're willing to break their own rule and double it. I guess a 3rd year is absolutely taking the mick. Unless, of course, he comes to some form of gentleman agreement with Chelsea saying, look, you can stay with us for up to 2 years, but by entering the 3rd year, we have to sell you and make some money on you, so you go somewhere else. I don't know, man. To be honest, like, Willian has been very good and he's a useful player. No matter what you say about his offensive output, at the end of games, he works so hard defensively. He does have these moments where he breaks down attacks or he throws strops when things don't go the way he wants offensively, but don't get me wrong, Willian is an amazing defensive winger. He will always get back, sprint back at the end of the game really fast, get behind the ball and do defensive work. And he's not weak either. For a technical little player, he actually, you know, he can hold the ball up, he can get stuck in, he's not going to make slide tackles, but he can deal with the physicality really well. That being said, if he goes with Pedro and you say, look, we're going to bring in Ziyech and Benrahma, I probably would be all for bringing in the new superstars, especially because Saïd Benrahma plays in English football, granted second tier, but he's, you know, he can deal with physicality. For me, that's a massive test. Obviously Ziyech, we need to see him dealing with the physicality, but Benrahma, we know he can deal with it. Both exciting players. I know Frank Lampard would like to keep the industry and defensive work rate of Willian, but not for 3 years, not for me. But there's still a chance he could sign, and I'll of course keep you guys updated. So what do you guys think? Get down in the comment section below, express your thoughts and opinions on all the stories I've spoken about today. If you have enjoyed the video, please do drop a like, that means a lot. What else? You can follow me on social media, @FootballYannick on both Instagram and Twitter. That's it from me, though. Enjoy the football and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.